Move on now to our second feature of the afternoon. This one is again on the turf, as was the Bohemia Sprint Trophy. This is the Lok Sin Tong Cup, and it's a Class 4 over 1,400 metres. Flash Famous will have his second run this prep down in the class. Soccer Master, the Creative, Intrepic, Touch of Luck, Blinkers first time, and Vincent Ho sticking with him as opposed to Alpha Hedge, who he's ridden his last 4 races. Golden Four's got a shocking gate, barrier 14. Supreme Witness has got a perfect barrier in gate 1. And Hurricane Hunter was quite impressive last start, up in class, drawn barrier 4. Leisured Feet will carry saddlecloth 14. Now, Chun Fa horses, just one, the Creative, has gone back to Chun Fa following his last start second behind Tornado Twist, and now he's back in town.
Should be some good speed here. Supreme Witness has got gate 1, so that should suit. He had gate 5 last time and he ended up 4 wide, no cover, so that didn't suit him on that occasion. Leisured Feet from his wide stall should be able to go forward, but he's got no form. Intrepic should get a nice run through. He's drawn gate number 2 and he boxed on 1 pace last time out. The Creative, who's been racing well enough, he could enjoy, or could not enjoy, a bad run out there.
This one has had some bad runs, actually. Intrepic, he's been bumped and blocked and had tough trips in his last 3 or 4 starts. So he goes, but he's a bit of a war horse. He's come out of them all okay, and he still works really well. So he should get his opportunity. Touch of Luck, I thought, went really well at his last start. They're putting the blinkers on for the first time as well. He got back 2 starts ago. He's drawn 10, so he's going to have to get back again. But I like the way he really sort of stretched out in this piece of work down the back straight. So he's taken no ill effects. And Cash and Minister, he's the one just going on from Denozo here this morning. It's not fast work, but Cash and Minister, I think, is a horse who's on the improve, and he's got the service of Joe Moreira from Barrier 8.
All right, we're going to start off with the Creative, who'd been racing at the Valley, and there were 1 or 2 runs from him suggesting that perhaps he was close to a win. It hadn't eventuated behind horses like Khaki and Split of a Second. John Moore decided to take him to Sha Tin, and he ran a really good race behind Tornado Twist.
He certainly did. He's been honest enough recently as well. He's been up at Chung Fa, had a bit of time up there. He sort of had to change ground just a few frames ago when near the 200 metres the gap closed, but he came again. He just needs some luck to go his way this time round, but he does have that big weight. He carried 126 last time out. This time, Paul, he has to carry the 131.
Yeah, and that put me off. He's still a maiden from 16 starts as well.
Yeah, there's been good runs from him that have caught the eye, no doubt. Same can be said probably about Intrepic as we move on to him, although he at least has won the 1 race. So that's a tick alongside of his name. He's got a good barrier, and he ran a nice third behind what looks to be a fairly nice horse in the winner of this, Invincible Missile.
Yeah, he can find a lot of trouble, this horse, in his runs, but from barrier 2, he should get a nice run in behind. Neil Cullen, I think, will be suited to him as well. He's a real strong rider on Intrepic, so I found a place for him.
He might have had the odd excuse last time as well because he did cast a plate in the run, but hard to catch 1 from 23.
Yeah, I think we've looked at a couple of horses that are sort of, Class 4 for most of their careers. Let's move on now and see if we can find one that can get out of the grade and be potentially competitive. Touch of Luck. He's only had a handful of races, or this will be his handful. Start number 5. Blinkers go on. Most of his efforts have been good. He's getting better and better with racing.
Yeah, I'm going to side with him. I liked him last start as well when he ran 3rd behind Monica. He stayed on nicely enough as well in this particular race. The blinkers should focus him up. He gets back anyway, so I'm not worried about the draw.
Wasn't a bad run from him on this occasion. He's got a few less convictions than some of these going around here. He doesn't have a lot of early speed, though, so that shouldn't bother him too much from gate 10. He'll get back and run on nicely, I think. All
right, we'll move on now to Hurricane Hunter, who is another horse that's sort of shown signs in the early stages of his career. He's now had a total of 12 starts. He looked really, really impressive winning here. They took the blinkers off after having them on first up. It was a very good ride from Zach Burton, just played the patience game and he was far too good. I get the feeling he's ready to take the next step now back up into this grade.
Everything just worked out perfectly for him last time out. It was a 10 out of 10 ride. Sat back last, waited for the gaps to open up. There was plenty of luck that came Zach Burton's way and he won very impressively. He's gone from a mark of 37 up to 45 from Class 5 to Class 4, but with the lightweight, he looks a big chance.
Yeah, definitely. And he's a horse that's always worked well and always looked like he was going to win races. And he hasn't been with Dennis Yep for that long.
Yeah, even from day one. He's been a horse that sort of suggested there is something there, and we certainly saw something then. Do we go with him again, Paul?
Got him in for second. I'm going to stick with Touch of Luck, though, with the blinkers on for the first time. He's only had the 4 starts, and he's a horse that keeps improving. So I do like him to beat Hurricane Hunter. And Trepic, look, he's had lots of problems, but I think, in running, that's when I say lots of problems, not injury problems. He just gets, he's had an interrupted run a few starts, but I think he can run well again. And Cash and Minister seems to be on the improve for me. 5, 12, 4 and 8. I'll play exotics in this race.
12 on top for me. Hurricane Hunter, Zach Purton back in the saddle once again after that very good effort last time out. Dennis, yep, they combine. Got the 8 in Cash and Minister. I don't think he's the worst at around about 12 to 1 at the moment. He hasn't run bad races. He's by Redute's choice. He was there to challenge last time out, but he did fade in the run. Joe Moreira back on once again. Touch of Luck goes in, so too does Intrepic. Horses like the Creative and Alpha Hedge, I've given up on them for now.
Fair enough. I think Hurricane Hunter finally is starting to furnish and turn into a nice horse, so I'm happy to go with him. We're going to take another break here on Racing to Win. Stay with us because we're going to get into the second part of the card and things will certainly warm up.